They say apartment walls are thin. You hear arguments. You hear TVs. Laughter. But one night I heard crying. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was soft. Broken. Like someone trying very, very hard not to be heard. The problem, it was coming from the apartment right next to mine. And no one lived there. I moved into the apartment last winter. It was in Chicago, an old building with cheap rent. You know, the kind of place where the heater knocks and the pipes scream at you in the middle of the night. My landlord told me just one thing when I signed the lease. The apartment next to yours is empty. Has been for a while. I didn't ask why. I really should have. The city was new to me, and the apartment was a fresh start. It was small, a little drafty, but it was mine. For the first few weeks, everything was normal. The typical city sounds. The occasional siren, the distant rumble of the train. I got used to the building's quirks, the creaks in the floorboards, the way the wind whistled through the old window frames. It was peaceful, in its own way. I was settling in, thinking I'd found a decent spot. But then, that peace was shattered. The crying started on a Tuesday night. I remember looking at my phone. It was 12:47 a.m. At first, I thought it was just the pipes again, making one of their usual strange noises. But then I heard it again, and this time there was no mistaking it. It was a woman crying softly, and it was coming from right through the wall behind my bed. My heart started pounding. I slowly got up and pressed my ear against the cold plaster. And just like that, it stopped. Dead silent. It was as if it knew I was listening. I tried to sleep, telling myself I was just tired, that my mind was playing tricks on me, but I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that settled over me. The next night, it came back. Same time, same wall. This time, I knew I wasn't imagining it. I had to do something. So, I knocked. 3 gentle taps on the wall. The crying didn't stop. Instead, it got closer. It sounded like it was right on the other side of the plaster. Then, I heard whispering. I couldn't understand the words at first. Just a faint, desperate murmur. I strained to hear, holding my breath. And then one sentence cut through the static, clear and chilling. Please, don't leave me here. The next morning, I couldn't focus on anything. The whisper echoed in my head. I found my landlord downstairs fixing a leaky faucet. I tried to sound casual. I asked him about the apartment next door. He froze. He didn't answer right away. He just stared at the floor, then let out this long, tired sigh. He said, "A woman used to live there, alone." My blood ran cold. He continued, his voice low. She died in her apartment. No family. No one to check on her. No one noticed for weeks. I finally asked him the question I was dreading. Why was the apartment still empty? He looked me straight in the eye and said, "Because tenants keep complaining about crying." That night, I didn't even try to sleep. I just sat in my living room, staring at the wall, waiting. At exactly 12:47 a.m., the crying started again. But this time, it wasn't sad. It was angry. A raw, furious sound that made the hair on my arm stand up. The wall began to vibrate, a low hum that I could feel through the floor. Then I heard knocking, but it wasn't coming from the other side of the wall. It was coming from inside it, as if something was trapped between the layers of plaster. A voice whispered, clearer than ever before, right next to my ear. "I'm so cold." And then I can hear you breathing. I moved out the very next day. I packed what I could and I just left. I didn't look back. Months went by, and I tried to forget the whole thing. One night, I found myself driving past the old building. I saw lights on in my old apartment, and in the one next to it. Someone new had moved in. I felt a strange mix of relief and pity for them. That night, I received a message from an unknown number. There was no text, just an audio clip. I hesitated, then I played it. It was the sound of a woman crying in bayonet. I heard my own voice whispering that same desperate plea. "Please, don't leave me here."